Hello food fam, in today's video I will show you how I made this crispy mouth-watering meat pie that left everybody wanting for more. And before I could say jack, the second part of this meat pie disappeared. Let's dive right into it. So guys, you're welcome back to my channel and thank you for tuning in today. For my meat pie, I prefer to use raw beef to mince beef. Process it myself because I feel it gives a better flavor, although minced beef is economical. But if the meat pie is for your household consumption, I recommend that you use beef and process it yourself. So the first thing is to season the beef with some onions, maggi, salt, curry powder and thyme. You allow this to boil, and when it is done, you go ahead to process it by blending it inside the food processor or blender. I assure you that the taste is different from using minced beef. So once that is done, proceed to make the filling. Please check the description box for the full measurement of the ingredient that I used in this video or for this recipe. So now we are going to heat up about 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil in a pan, and then we go in with the chopped onions and allow that to fry for a few seconds. You keep stirring it to prevent it from burning. I like to add the seasoning powder, curry powder and thyme at this point because man, we are building the flavor.
Guys, do you know what? Let me tell you something. If you want to build your relationship, my friend, build flavors inside your kitchen first. Hey, don't leave me.
Anyways, that was on a lighter part. But I tell you that these things actually build the flavor of what you're making, of your food, right? And then at the end of the day, everything comes together and then gives the mouth-watering, unavoidable products, right? So now you go in with the minced beef and then you mix that together. Then you add the carrot. Make sure that the carrot, the size is not too big and then it's not too small, just like this. This is just the perfect size, and the same thing applies to the potatoes. Just make sure that you have almost the same size for the carrot and the potatoes. At this point, check the taste and adjust the seasoning as required. Mine needed just a little bit of salt, then I added water to it, cover and allow to cook until the potatoes and carrot are soft. This should take about 4 to 5 minutes until the carrot is tender, and definitely when the carrot is tender, the potatoes are cooked, right? So now to bind this filling together, as you can see, we still have some water inside. We have to make a paste, which is a mixture of flour and water. Then you mix it thoroughly and ensure that there are no lumps in it. Turn it into the filling and stir very well. I do this on a very low heat for 30 seconds, or you can even turn off the heat. Please make sure your filling is not too thick at this point because it becomes thicker as it cools down. Transfer into a plate and allow it to cool while you make the dough. Now to make the dough, I don't use so much to make the dough. I just use baking powder, salt, milk and chilled water, and that's all. So what I do is to mix the baking powder, the salt and the flour together. I mix that together before I go in with the margarine. Very cold margarine, like take it out of the freezer, very cold one, right? So you mix this together by using your palms, like you rub it through your palms, just like I'm doing inside this video. You'll know this is ready when all the ingredients comes together and then it starts to look like breadcrumbs, just like this. So set that aside and then we'll make a milk solution from this milk powder. You do that by just adding the chilled water into the milk powder. Then if you have liquid milk, go ahead to use that, that's fine. Then you have to use 1/4 of the liquid milk, but make sure that it is very chilled. You don't need so much wet ingredient to bind the dry ingredient together for meat pie, otherwise you end up with a watery dough. Do you get? So now going with the milk solution, which is our wet ingredient in this case, and this is trick number 1. Do not knead your dough. Do not knead your dough, not at all. So what you do is just to use your hands to pinch in the ingredient, just like I'm doing inside this video. Gently use your hands to bring all the ingredients together, just like I am doing here. Do not knead the dough, don't forget. So the thing is, with or without keeping your dough inside the fridge, the skin should still come out crispy and crusty if you've gotten the recipe right. Whenever I have bulk orders, I don't keep the dough inside the fridge and then I still get the perfect meat pie skin. So this is just to say that you can skip this stage if you don't have time, but this particular video I had enough time. It was homemade, so I cut this into 6 and then I kept the ones that I'm not using at the moment. I kept them inside a Ziploc bag and returned them back inside the fridge. Now this stage is essential, guys. You pick one portion of the dough, then you gently mold it with your hands and roll it out on a clean surface that has been dusted with flour. Do this gently. Flip it over while you keep rolling it out until it is wide enough to cover any cutter you decide to use. So now in this video I have a cutter, but I don't want to use a cutter. In case you don't have a cutter, this is how to do it. So you just look for a round plate that is big enough, not too big and not too small. You place it over the dough and then you use either a pizza cutter or a knife to bring out the shape of the plate, just like this. So you pack away the excess and then you have it. Then you put in your filling and cover it up gently, please. You have to pamper it because at this point you don't want your pie to get into the oven and then burst open. So you have to make sure that you do this part very well and gently. Make sure you cover everything. You don't need to seal it with any liquid. Just use your hand to pinch it down perfectly. Go ahead to use fork to just make some mark on the pie. This process actually beautifies the pie. Really, I think I prefer this method than using a cutter because this is what I even use if I'm going to sell to my clients. This beautifies it and then it helps to seal the two edges of the pie together. Just look at this, look at the beauty. Oh, you don't have a pizza cutter? I got you. This is how to use a knife. It's as simple as that. Okay, so if you have watched to this point, I sincerely appreciate you and I hope I have simplified how to make the yummiest meat pies for you. So let me know, would you be trying this recipe? And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do that now. Please, I am begging you, please subscribe, like and share this video with your loved ones. I have so many special recipes I'll be sharing with you very soon, so you have to stay tuned to my channel. And this is what we have after 20 minutes. Look at this, so beautiful. And then I lost the video of where I cut this into two, one of those things. So guys, thank you for watching today's video. I'll see you in my next one. Bye for now.